My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are getting a message from your person. Now, most of you will watch this on the 6/6 quarter of 2023, but whenever you get this message, it is through the divine orchestration that always happens between our guides, divine consciousness. Okay, so all readings are timeless, and maybe not all of the message is going to resonate. You have to put on your own discernment caps and see, okay, this for me, this not for me, la 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 la. Right? Always rely on your own intuition. This is also a reminder to honor your connection today, whether you are in communication with your person or no. You can always send them love and healing. If you want to do a twin union meditation, I have one on my website. I will link it down below. I think Charlotte's having a live meditation as well today, so you can join Charlotte as well. But just something, even if you say a prayer for them, send them love and light. Whatever it is, you've incarnated with this person for a particular reason, and it doesn't mean that you have to be with them, especially if they are physically and emotionally abusive, right? The biggest lesson that we learn on this journey is boundaries. And if that's where your person is at, then to honor yourself, that's where you can't be. And you just have to honor that you have to be apart at this time, right? So let's get into this and let's see what your person wants to say today, okay? I wasn't going to put out a reading today, but I was like, there are some people who might be missing their person, or they might be hurting on this journey. I might need to get a message, so I'm here. This is not going to have an extended, and most likely it's going to be kind of short. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's get a significant of your person's energy towards you, and this is the magical times empowering cards. And we have sacred space, and this is how they see you, as a sacred person, someone who's a cut above the rest, someone who has transformed themselves, someone who is enlightened. And it says, take time for the dream in you. So I feel like they might be dreaming up. As I said that, dreaming. All right, let me finish this and then I'm going to tell you what I dreamt, because it's all related to ascension and ascension in relationships. It says, take time for the dreamer in you. Find your power and stillness in your sacred space is the peace that you seek. But I feel this person sees you as their sacred space, their refuge, their comfort zone. When they talk to you, that energy of peace just kind of reverberates through their whole being. And they feel calm. They feel like, yeah, this is what life is about, peace of mind, I think you are this person's peace. I think there's going to be some sort of shift or ascension in your relationship, but I think it's going to be slow going. And the reason I say that is because, so last night, now remember last week, I was telling you that I was in the hotel. I know hotel is always a waiting room before an ascension or activation. That's, well, for me, that's what it means anyways. So this time, I was not in a hotel. Like, I've checked out of the hotel and I'm gone to this huge glass building. And for some reason, my mom is with me. I don't know why my mom is with me, right? We don't have a tumultuous relationship, but we can't be around each other for more than a week. We love each other so much. I can tell her so many different things. Even though I swear I idolize my father, she is the one that I can tell deep stuff with in terms of relationships. I could have spoken about spiritual things, right? Anything spiritual, my dad. But when it comes to personal relationships, I felt closer to my mom. And she's with me, and we are in this narrow ass elevator. There aren't much people that can come in this elevator with us. And for some reason, we are trying to get to the 23rd floor. Now, 23, of course, reduces to 5, which is about all spiritual lessons and so on. Having learned our spiritual lessons, it can talk about tradition, because this is a Hierophant. It can talk about contracts. 23 can also represent some kind of DNA activation, okay? But even though we were pressing the 23rd floor, we kept the light on the 22nd floor kept activating. And 22 is all, master number 22 is about mastering all personal relationships. So it is like we wanted to rush through a lesson and get to the contract part, get to the stability, or get to the marriage, or whatever it is. Want to bypass a lesson, but Spirit is saying there's something that you still need to learn here. So even though we were shifting from ground zero and moving up, we still hadn't arrived at the ultimate moment. We're just there at the penultimate moment. And it looks like there's still more that we have to learn from the personal relationships around us, and certainly from or twin. Okay, but it was like it's just there before you reach that ultimate level. So there is ascension that's happening, but you haven't arrived. All right, let's get a card. Their energy towards you at this time. Oh, we got two. All right, let's see what that's about, guys. So the first one we have is power. It says call upon the elements. So this giving me magician vibes, right? Focus your intention. The greatest dragon is within you, and dragon energy has been coming up a lot, and dragon energy is very protective, right? So I feel this person feels very protective about you, but I also feel like this person is trying to manifest you. They're focusing their intentions on you, and they're calling for help. They're calling upon the elements, maybe elementals, divine guidance, divine consciousness, to bring you into their life. And then we have rebirth. Okay, so it's like, and there are two dragons that are being reborn here in the fire, are being forged in this fire. So it says no matter what happens, you can find new wings, rise from the past, accept the positive change that is coming. So this is your person being open to change. I feel like there might have been a resistance before this full moon, because look, this full moon in the back. And I was telling a friend of mine that the moon was incredibly huge over the weekend. When I tell you huge, guys, I felt like if I could just touch it, was huge, like how you see on those alien planets. I was telling him that, it was like being on an alien planet. So I feel like the moon that's bringing about this surrender, this change, this acceptance of what is coming, and recognizing that you can always start afresh. It's daunting, but it's possible. And it's possible that even bigger and better things can come if we rise from the past and just allow ourselves to be guided. So they're in the energy of rebirth, they're in the energy of acceptance, and they're also in the energy of manifestation. Okay? Let's see what your person wants to talk about. These are the Chinese fortune telling cards. We have paradise. Answer card number 21, which is the world. So this is how they see you, like the Garden of Eden. Okay? This paradise where they've always dreamt about being, until now was just a kind of fantasy, but they realize that they can have heaven on earth with you. Let's see what they want to talk about. They want to talk about union. They want to talk about yin and yang, which is so beautiful on this twin energy, twin flame portal, right? So they want to talk about us, right? So what do they want to say? What exactly about this union energy do they want to talk about? So So they want to talk about union. What exactly about that? And that's a lovely message to come through. And underneath the deck, the twin flame card. What the fuck? So we have 4 of Wands. We have twin here. So I think everybody that's logging into this message, it is because you are in a connection with your divine counterpart. You know who that person is. All right, so we have twin flames underneath the deck. What do they want to tell you? What about this union? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. I think they want to give you a reason. We have the Emperor. You know what I heard when I saw Knight of Cups in reverse? Goodbye to the boy. Which is not what I usually get, because Knight of Cups in reverse for me is the amorous narcissist, right? The love collector. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Boom, we have the Emperor in charge. Man spread, everything going on here. Right? They're in charge of their world. Okay, let's see. Let's get 2 more cards. What do they want to tell you? We have Page of Wands in reverse. And that's a no communication card. And we have the 8 of Swords. This is the last card. And let's pull a card on the 8 of Swords. And they gave us 2. We have the King of Cups in reverse, which is a karmic energy. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Okay. So they want to let you know that for most of you, your person has not been in communication. And if they've been in communication, they have not been speaking about their feelings. So maybe before it's about a month or 2 months, there's kind of wonky energy. So maybe previously you guys had gotten to a point where you guys felt intimate, you felt comfortable sharing your feelings, talking about certain things, and then you just felt this big pullback by a person, okay? And they just weren't reaching out like they used to. Maybe they weren't flirting like before. And it is because they felt very conflicted. Now, I think previously, your person may have been a player. So, them perhaps struggling 2 situations or being non-committal was quite fine with them at that time. But people change as circumstances change, and it looks like the more you guys got closer, and the more intimate you became, especially with sharing of yourself, they started to feel a lot of conflict. Whether they started to feel conflicted about leading you on, whether they started feeling conflicted about juggling 2 situations, whatever it is, they started to feel a lot of conflict and they felt trapped. They didn't know what path that they should take, and they even perceive themselves to be caught or stuck somewhere where they didn't want to be. And they saw themselves stuck between making a choice. They could either choose, and it's interesting in this deck that the King of Cups is a feminine energy, a woman. They could either choose a King of Cups in reverse, and the King of Cups in reverse is the covert narcissist, right? You don't see them coming because they are always operating in a kind of sneaky kind of way. Okay, they are always the victim. They're always the manipulator. They're always about emotional blackmail, that kind of thing. Those are their tactics. Okay, they like to play mind games and that kind of stuff. Those are their tactics, right? So they're like a little puppet master in the background manipulating everybody, and then they just rock back and enjoy the confusion that ensues, right? So they had a choice between this person or the Queen of Swords. You're straightforward. They don't have to guess where your mind is at, right? You're authentic. You're a truth sayer. You don't like something, you don't like something. You're not there manipulating and being passive aggressive and that kind of shit, right? So they had a choice between these 2 persons, and they're letting you know today that even though you don't see it coming, they have chosen you. Okay, this is the Emperor. This is them accepting the mantle of being a divine masculine. So it's the end of the boy. It's the end of the boy. This is them letting you know that they have made a choice. Let's get some 3D messages from your person. These are the naked flame healing messages. They have made a choice. That's what they want you to know. For some of you, they want you to know that they know that you guys are twins. My twin knows that already. We spoke about that. They know that you guys are twins. So for some of you guys, maybe you've not had that conversation, so they want to let you know that. For others, they want you to know that they are choosing you. For others, and a lot of you, they want you to know they know more about this journey than they are leading on. Let's get some messages from your person. I want to reach out to you, but I don't know what to say at this time. I know that I need to make things right because this separation is tearing me apart. So if you think that they're there, absolutely enjoying their life and haven't forgotten about you, this is the furthest from the truth. Okay, they have been missing you, and if you've been separated or in no communication, it's been really making them feel like they've been pulled in so many directions, and we see it here, right? Pulled in so many directions, don't know what to do, but your person's letting you know that they've figured out what to do, and they've decided to surrender to their authentic self. This is acceptance and surrender. This is what it is. I can't run from this. Okay. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. I'm trying to get out of my head and into my heart. I meditate to connect with you and spirit and my higher selves, and my higher self helps guide me to my truth. So you're a person really, taking a deep dive into their spirituality. So for a lot of them, they're meditating, they're praying, listening to spirit's guidance, okay? Because they realize this is more than a romantic journey. And for others of you, you may have felt them trying to connect psychically, whether through the dream state or through some kind of astral projection. I think we have 2 here. I am currently feeling inadequate and want to be there for you, but I don't know how to be because this current situation is so complicated, right? So whatever they're in right now, it's pretty complex, and I think there are lots of nuance, and we have to appreciate that. So whilst we may want them to show up now, if they do show up now, then they can't really show up for you as much as you can show up for them. So there's a process that's happening here. My partner knows about you and they are jealous as fuck. So for a lot of you guys tuning in, there is a third party, and that third party knows. They know about this twin flame connection, and they know about you, and they are very jealous. They will do anything that they can to keep me stuck. So we have a karmic that is in the know, and they are doing their utmost to ensure that nothing changes, that the status quo remains the same. And that's something that came out in our readings last week, where we talked about the different psychic attacks, both on your divine masculine and on yourself, and that this will be a time for you to make sure that you are not lapsing with your spiritual protection and your grounding and protection meditations. Okay. So based on what we're seeing here, guys, what's going to be their next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading? We have Page of Swords in reverse. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Chariot in reverse. And we have the Hierophant. Okay, so don't expect any fresh movement from your person. Okay, just as you are still waiting to go to that 23rd floor where you've learned that karmic lesson, they are still waiting to go to that 23rd floor. Okay, so there's still a lot more that needs to unfold here. I see a person working or strategizing, because we have the Seven of Pentacles here, and the Seven of Pentacles is a card of strategy. So there's no movement from your person right now. What they're doing is strategizing. A lot of them might be in long-term committed relationships, so there are plans that they need to put in place before they come forward. So don't expect any big moves within a month's time. No. And for some of you, don't expect the kind of conversation that you want. Right now, they're playing some kind of game of strategy, and I think it is because of this partner that they told you guys about. So what is Spirit's advice for you at this time? What's Spirit's advice? We have lost love. It says surrender, healing, and release. So you guys are definitely mirroring each other, and is this full moon's energy that's doing that? And I was telling a client that just last night, actually. Okay, so we have here Ganesha, and you know that's the removal of obstacles. It says clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. Beautiful. I like that energy. That's a card number 31. Ganesha. Ganesha, one of the most worshipped deities in the Hindu pantheon, has shown up in your reading today as an omen of good fortune. Whatever has thwarted your progress or prevented you from moving forward will soon be resolved. So Spirit say, don't worry about the shit, right? They got it. They don't need any kind of interference from you or anybody else. They got it, right? Will soon be resolved. An obstacle is cleared and you are free to move on. Your plans are now able to come to fruition. Know that everything happens for a reason. The blockages you have faced were in fact a blessing in disguise, an act of divine intervention. So this person here, they're moving slow. Maybe they piss you off with it. But Spirit saying this is how it was meant to unfold. Timing and circumstances were previously not favorable, and your efforts would have only ended in disappointment and failure. The path is now clear and the timing is right. Your stars are in alignment. So moving from star-crossed lovers to lovers who are in alignment with the stars. Okay? And it says here, I am protected and guided by a higher power. When the path is blocked, I take this as a sign to wait. I give thanks for divine intervention. When the path is clear, I move forward with ease. All that occurs or does not occur is for my highest good. I like that one. All that occurs and does not occur is for my highest good. So either way, you're a winner. Okay? And that's the message I want you to take away today. Either way, you are a winner. My love. Take care. Much love. Bye.